Yo, it's so good to see you. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Richard. I'm a high performance coach as well as an entrepreneur, and I want to start a new series. That's right, you heard me. I actually want to start a new series, and this is going to be called the Skyrise series, because right now I'm on the 27th floor of a high-rise apartment in downtown Toronto, living with one of my good buddies, Jason Maxwell. And over the past couple months, my life has completely changed since I moved from UCLA and graduated as a fourth-year university student all the way to the other side of the continent here in Toronto. I actually just want to make this video because I realized that through my normal vlog style day in the life videos, I'm not able to get more personal with you. I can't really get more one-on-one and share more intimate, vulnerable, big learning lessons. And the whole purpose of this entire channel, as you've already seen, is to give you loads of value, because I want to give you those actionable golden nuggets that you can take away to begin applying into your life so that you can go out there and crush it. Whether you're in high school, you're in middle school, you're in university, you're a working professional, you're an entrepreneur, regardless of what it is that you do, I want to give you those actionable tips, and that's why I wanted to do this series. And so by the end of this video, if you really enjoy the series in which I'm just talking one-on-one with you, go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know what you want to see in the next Skyrise series by typing Skyrise series as well as the topic of the video. Sounds good? Alrighty, so first and foremost, I just wanted to give you an introduction as to my story of who exactly I am and what have I essentially done over the past couple of months or even the past year. You see, when I was a pre-med student at UCLA, not very long ago, I was studying biology. I just didn't really have the passion for biology. Let's rewind a little bit. So back in high school, I was very passionate about sciences. In fact, both my mom and my dad are engineers, and ever since I was a little kid, coming from a Chinese American family, my parents always said, Richard, one day if you become a doctor, you're gonna be able to make a boatload of money, you're gonna be able to help a lot of people, and it's well respected. And if you're Asian, you can most definitely relate with me. You're saying, amen, brother, right? Every Asian parent wants their kid to be a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer, but primarily a doctor, right? I thought, okay, I'm pretty good at science, I like studying it, and hey, I did well in my AP biology exam, so let's give this a shot. So when I came into university, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna be a biology major. And I didn't do so well my freshman year, but after applying certain high performance habits and strategies, yeah, I started to do really well in school. In sophomore year, I did really well in school. In fact, I started getting involved in different kinds of extracurriculars. I worked on a 911 response ambulance in one of the most dangerous communities in South Los Angeles, got a whole bunch of experience and saw a lot of crazy stuff. And then I also got into the most prestigious and selective organization at UCLA called EMRA, that stands for the Emergency Medicine Research Associates. I was one of the 15 out of over 300 applicants to have been accepted into this program. And so at this point in my life, I'm 18, 19 years old, and I realized, like, wow, all of the dots are starting to line up. The people before that worked as EMTs on the ambulance, the emergency research group, they all got accepted into top tier medical universities. But there was just one problem. You see, the problem was that when I was in all of these organizations, when I sat down in my biology classes, I didn't necessarily have passion. I looked at the way that my peers would talk about the classes. I would go into research meetings in my research organization, and I would look at the way that my peers, their eyes would light up as they talked about research, and I just always questioned, why is it that I don't feel this way? I just don't necessarily have this passion. I felt so lost. And I don't know, maybe you feel that way right now, that you don't have your passion. Perhaps you're a university student right now entering your first, second, or third year, or you're in high school right now and you have no idea what you want to do, right? I just want to show you by telling you I was 100% there as well, and it is totally okay to not know where you're at, right? In fact, it's such a blessing because it means right now you have a blank sheet, a canvas that you can paint on and paint the rest of the vision of your life. But my first year in university, I met one friend. His name was Kevin Lee. He was running a family business. It was a multi-million-dollar wholesale retail company. I won't get into the details of the business because it's a little complicated. Just know he had a very successful online business with his family. And he told me, Richard, the cool thing about business is I'm able to run a business that creates substantial wealth for me and my family so we can live comfortably. But more importantly than that, I can make a lot more money to give to other people. And he was one of the only 18-year-olds I knew who was contributing substantially, I mean hundreds of dollars a month as an 18-year-old kid, to charities across the world that he believed in. And then on top of that, finally, he was able to create massive impact because the products that he was selling, it was actually improving the lives of other people. And for the first time in my life, I realized, wait. So you're saying if I want to help people, I don't necessarily need to be a doctor. I don't necessarily need to be a lawyer or an engineer. There's other ways out there, and this whole entrepreneurial space is something in which you can make more money, you can impact more people, and you can make a surplus to give to others and achieve fulfillment that way. And that's where a light bulb went off in my mind. And it was the first time that I had ever considered, even thought about entrepreneurship, because in my whole life, I had no entrepreneurial people around me. Both my parents were immigrants. They had no business experience. I have an older sister who was working a 9-to-5 job as a consultant, but no entrepreneurial experience. And I had no one in my family that had ever pushed me or encouraged me to get into business. So for the first time as an 18-year-old kid, my eyes were opened and I thought, wow, if there's a business opportunity out there, I better take action on that. And that's actually the first lesson that I want to give to you, which is that if there's something in your hearts that you feel is knocking on your door, that you feel is kind of itching and telling you, hey, maybe you got to start this thing, it is your 100% responsibility to take action on that thing. And so when I realized, okay, this business thing I have zero idea about, but you know what, let's give it a shot. What I ended up doing was I took the first idea that I had and I just took action. I had a lot of friends at UCLA who are in sororities. You know, sororities, which are essentially large clubs, large organizations full of girls, in the same way there are organizations called fraternities that have guys at American universities. And I noticed that they all wore matching things, right? They wore matching t-shirts. They had the Greek letters on the t-shirts. They had baseball caps. They had backpacks, all of these different products. And I thought, wait, I see they wear matching things, but I don't see them wearing jewelry. And so why don't I go ahead and create a massive amount of jewelry for them that they can love wearing, and then let's do some philanthropy. I can donate a percentage of the sales to a charity of their choice. And so I understood nothing about jewelry. All I knew is, hey, I can make a profit here while making a customer happy, and then I can also take a piece of that profit and give it to charity and make impact that way. And so I founded a company called Generosity Designs. And Generosity Designs essentially was that I would sell one product, and a sorority at UCLA has about 150 to 200 girls. And I figured that if one girl bought and she liked it, then 10 girls, 50 girls, and maybe even 150 girls in that sorority would want to buy together. And so I would only have to make one sale for one large order, and it'd be a couple $1,000s in sales. Now let me give you an idea of how that company went. I seriously contacted one Chinese manufacturer. I realized, hey, can you make this? I found a couple images online. I drew out a couple pieces of paper, and they said, yeah, we can make that for you. They said, pay us $100, we'll ship you a couple samples. I did exactly that. I took $100, I had maybe $300 in my bank account, and I gave it to them, and 1 month later they shipped out these beautiful samples. I went up to my friends in sororities and I said, hey, would you like this product if I was able to produce this for your sorority? They said, absolutely. 1 month later, I placed an order of over 80 bracelets, $3,000 sale, and it was the first sale that I had ever made in a business experience. And that's where I realized, wow, if I can solve customers' problems, if I can give people what they want, I can create a profit not only for myself, but I also was able to generate close to $1,000 to be donated to a charity of their choice. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, and that's where I realized, okay, there's something here. Now, I don't want this video to carry too long, as I know that we're approaching close to the 10-minute mark, but let me know if you'd like to hear the rest of the story, because over the course of the next series, as I'm on the skyrise apartments, I want to give the experiences from my life thus far, as I'm living, as I'm making mistakes day by day. I want to give you these things so that you don't have to make the mistakes that I did, so that you don't have to move as slowly as I did, so that you have someone by your side encouraging you every step of the way so that you go crush it. This is maybe 2% of the story that I've accumulated thus far in my life. I have so much more I want to share with you, but I'm only going to share with you if you want to. I might discontinue this series, the Skyrise series, episode 1, if no one likes it. So let me know in the comments down below if this is something that you do want to know more about. And I'll leave it at that. Until next time, stay sharp, alright? Stay focused, and go crush it.